It is Christmas Eve, and the Fat Man is coming for another big night. Is it me or Santa? Find out next on another edition of Bets and Breakfast, presented by the Fat Jack Sports Service. Happy Saturday morning. It is Christmas Eve, and I hope that you are having a spectacular Christmas Eve. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope your Saturday kicks ass. That's all there is to it. But the good news is a bunch of NFL games being played today, sort of an inverse of what we had last week. Last week, it was 3 games on Saturday, the rest on Sunday. This week, 3 games on Sunday, the rest on Saturday. So we're throwing out Bets and Breakfast today instead of on Christmas Day, because let's face it, we all have better stuff to do than watch me be an idiot online for about 8 minutes. So it's Bets and Breakfast on a Saturday, presented by the Fat Jack Sports Service. Last week, 1-3 with the selections, and to be honest with you, we were lucky to get the one. Tom Brady interception was the only one of the top 4 picks that hit. Broncos Cardinals under 3 touchdowns was looking like a winner before the gates just broke open and the Cardinals absolutely fell apart. Cameron Dicker only made 1 field goal, and the Patriots should have won that game. That bet should have paid. A plus 550 bet should have paid. But in the year 2022, in the richest league in American sports, we still haven't figured out ways to put cameras down the freaking lines. Sidelines, goal lines, end lines. 6 cameras in every NFL stadium. So what, 32 stadiums? You mean to tell me the NFL can't buy 188 cameras and just have them rolling during the whole freaking game instead of relying on the broadcasters? Spend the money. Make your product the best it can be. Instead of saying, oh, well, we didn't get a good look at it. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Patriots are winning that game. Bogus touchdown. Ties the game. And then the Patriots just go vapor lock brain stuff and throw the way the game. Granted, the way the game finished was really kind of awesome because let's face it, seeing the Patriots fall on their face, they're seeing Bill Belichick lose anytime is fun, but not like this. Complete crap. Shouldn't have ever come to that. Although it did give us one of the greatest moments in NFL history. It shouldn't have come to that. The Matt Collins touchdown should not have counted. Patriots should have won by 7. That bet should have paid. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. If you've been following me all season, we're up on the year, still 37-30 overall. $10 base unit, you're up 49-13 on the year. So we're still okay. Not as good as it could have been. Also not as good as it could have been last week's Propapalooza. Threw out 3 prop picks on all 10 games last Sunday. Went 14, 15, and 1 bet got canceled. Still made a small little profit, though. $13.92 in profit if you put $10 on every game. If you bet more, you won more. Should have been better. It just should have been better. That's okay, because we got another bunch of selections this week, and I'm kind of fired up to see what we can piece together this week on Bets and Breakfast. This was a tough week for me to kind of pick my spots. The 3 teams who I was targeting because they give up the most receiver yards play teams that don't have very good quarterback and or wide receiver situations, so they were no plays. The Cardinals, one of the worst teams against tight ends, they play on Monday night, and I don't feel like waiting. So this week, maybe went to like the 3rd tier, sort of the 3rd option for plays that I like to look at, and we'll see what that comes. We're still up on the year, and with 3 weeks left in the regular season, the playoffs on the horizon, I think it's a great opportunity to make some money. So here we go. 4 picks this week. We're going to start off with Derrick Henry, over 105.5 rushing yards. Derrick Henry absolutely is back. Not that he was gone for any reason, but 2 100-yard efforts in his last 2 games. He had over 200 yards the last time Tennessee played Houston. This number is way too low. The only way this number doesn't hit is if Houston kind of plays the way they have the last 2 weeks, where they've kind of played above their skis a bit. Those games against Dallas and Kansas City really, I think, showed that even though they're 1-11 right now, 1-12, that they're still professionals, and you got to go out and you got to beat them. Derrick Henry's so stinking good. especially in this offense with a rookie starting at quarterback. Derrick Henry left, Derrick Henry right, Derrick Henry all day. We'll take him over the 105 rush yards today on Bets and Breakfast. For the second pick this week, we go to Pittsburgh in what should have been a great celebration for the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. Now kind of turns into a bit of a memorial with the passing of Franco Harris this week. Going to retire his number. It's going to be a somber scene at times in Pittsburgh, but you can't tell me that a Steelers running back catching a ball against the Raiders isn't going to be in the game plan today. That said, the Raiders gave up the most receiving yards to running backs of any team in the NFL. So the back that's going to be on the field the most, the recipient of probably most of the touches and most of the passes out of the backfield, Najee Harris, over 8.5 receiving yards. Hasn't hit that number in each of the last 2 games, but too many stars aligning, and it's only going to take probably one catch by Harris to get us over the mark. So Najee Harris, over 8.5 receiving yards, my second pick this week on Bets and Breakfast. For the third pick this week, I'm going to take the Denver Broncos over 2.5 sacks. As crappy as the Broncos are, it's not on the defense. That defense has played their asses off, and now they get a crack at Baker Mayfield and a very bad Rams offensive line. Defense is going to have their ears pinned back. They're going to have a chance to win yet another game, and Baker Mayfield likes to take sacks. He doesn't try to play hero ball. He doesn't have the escapability that some of the other running backs in the NFL do. And as poor as the offensive line is with that Broncos front seven, Baker's going to go down a couple times. I'll take the Broncos over 2.5 sacks. Third pick this week on Bets and Breakfast. Putting a streak on the line. Every time I have given out this pick, it's hit. That is a quarterback to throw an interception. I'm 3-0 this year. About to make it 4 because Mac Jones over half an interception. They're going to be behind in this game against the Bengals. The way that last week's game finished, I think is going to have a bad taste in their mouth. They're going to come out a little bit sloppy. They're going to be playing from behind all damn day. Mac Jones, not the best quarterback in the AFC East. The receiving core there doesn't do much to give you confidence that Mac Jones can compete and be proficient with the football. And Matt Patricia, as a play caller, definitely doesn't put Mac Jones in good situations to throw the football. So Mac Jones throws a pick today on that's your fourth pick here on Bets and Breakfast. There you have it. Derrick Henry over 105.5 rushing yards. Najee Harris over 8.5 receiving yards. Broncos over 2.5 sacks. And Mac Jones to throw a pick. If you want to sign up and win even more money this weekend, you need to be doing it with the Fat Jack. Go to fatjacksports.com. Find the package that's right for you, whether it's for this week, which I don't know why you would stop gambling after next week. Maybe you want to sign up for the rest of the bowl season. You want to sign up through the Super Bowl. All of it's there for you at fatjacksports.com. You can add basketball picks to that for very inexpensive. My recommendation, sign up for everything through the Super Bowl, football and basketball, and watch the profit roll in all the way through February. That wraps up this week's edition of Bets and Breakfast. We'll be back next week for Week 17 action. Hard to believe, New Year's Day right around the corner, and we'll see what 2023 brings us on next week's episode of Bets and Breakfast, presented by the Fat Jack Sports Service.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. Are you ready to make money heading into the new year? For a lot of you, it'd be the first time ever that you actually made money betting on sports. I can help you do that. Go to fatjacksports.com, and for less than $99 a week, start making money betting the games. The plays are text to your cell phone. They're emailed to you. They are top selections that I'm personally betting my money on that are making me money over the last 27 years. Go to fatjacksports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. fatjacksports.com.
Hey, it's Brandon Rush from the Fat Jack Sports Service. If you want to stay in touch with everything related to the Fat Jack, follow us on all the socials. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, you name it. We are there at Fat Jack Sports. You can also watch the Fat Jack Sports Hour on YouTube every weekend. Plus, see funny clips from the show, see Jack's appearances on the nationally syndicated TV show Beat the Odds, and get primed for more profit every week with Bets and Breakfast, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. only on YouTube. Stay connected to the Fat Jack at Fat Jack Sports on all the socials and on YouTube.